Total Preparation Jankipuram Lucknow welcomes you all to its online program.
Friends, in this video, we would be discussing the current affairs topics for the week 2nd of May till 8th of May. Let's quickly begin with the first question. What is the name of the operation started by Indian Navy to bring back the Indian citizens trapped in other countries? The answer is Operation Samudra Setu. On 5th May 2020, Indian Navy started Operation Samudra Setu to bring back Indians stranded in Maldives. They were stranded in the foreign lands because the airlines stopped operating. Indian naval ships Jalashwa, along with another vessel, Magar, entered the port of Malé of the Republic of Maldives. The first phase of this operation will begin with evacuation of about 1,000 Indian citizens on 8th May 2020. Who has been appointed as the consultant to Google Pay India? The answer is Shikha Sharma. Ms. Shikha Sharma was earlier the CEO of Axis Bank. She left Axis Bank in late 2018. Google Pay India appointed her as an advisor for its digital payment app on 30th of April 2020. What is the position of the Indian team in the test rankings released by ICC on 1st May 2020? The answer is third. The Indian team has lost their first position in the test rankings for the first time since October 2016. It is noteworthy that Australia holds first position and New Zealand is at second position in the rankings. England and Sri Lanka ranked 4th and 5th respectively. In view of the nationwide lockdown, on which route was the first Labour special train for migrant workers run? The answer to this question is Telangana to Jharkhand. A special train was arranged to bring the trapped labourers from Lingampalli in Telangana. On May 1st, this train ran from Lingampalli in Telangana to Hatia in Jharkhand with 1,200 migrant labourers. Many state governments have significantly appealed to the centre to arrange for the special trains to bring back the migrant workers. The Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Mr. Hemant Soren, spoke to Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Railway Minister, and demanded a special train for the return of the labourers. After this train, many other trains have been started from different states for migrant labourers of Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Which central ministry has launched portal Garud? The answer is Ministry of Civil Aviation. This portal was launched by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, working under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Garud stands for Government Authorization for Relief Using Drones. Ministry of Civil Aviation and Directorate General of Civil Aviation have launched Fast Track Garud portal for providing conditional exemption to the government agencies for COVID-19 related drone operations. On 2nd of May, the drones were conditionally allowed to fly by the Ministry of Civil Aviation. The Government of India permitted to use the remotely piloted aircraft system, commonly known as drones, subject to 12 conditions. It is important to note that the role of drones has become significant to keep a track of the increasing cases of corona, ensuring delivery of essential goods, etc. When is the International Workers' Day or Labour Day celebrated? Labor Day is celebrated on 1st of May. This day is also known as May Day. It is celebrated to promote and encourage international labor unions all over the world. Labor Day was first celebrated globally on 4th of May 1886. For the first time on 1st of May 1886, the people in United States went on a strike to fix the duration of work to a maximum of 8 hours per day. During the strike, police opened fire on the workers, in which many people were killed. After this incident, the rule of fixing 8 work hours was made and implemented, and the message was spread all across the world. The labor laws were made and working conditions of the laborers improved all over the world. International Labour Organization ILO was established in 1919. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Mr. Guy Ryder is the Director General of ILO. Who has received the Young Career Award 2020 in Nanoscience and Technology? Professor Saurabh Lodha. Saurabh Lodha, professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Bombay, has received the Young Career Award in Nanoscience and Technology, instituted by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. He has been honored with this award for his pioneering contribution in the development of transistor technologies beyond silicon and nanoelectronic devices based on two-dimensional van der Waals material. Which Indian institute has developed Kisan Sabha app? The answer to this question is CSIR, Central Road Research Institute. While launching the Kisan Sabha app, Dr. Trilochan Mahapatra, the managing director CSIR, said that this app has been developed to address the problems of farmers, transporters, and people associated with the agricultural industry. We can connect the farmers with the far-flung areas of the country through supply chain and freight transport management system. Its mission is to provide the most economical and timely logistic support to the farmers and reduce the intermediary intervention by linking them directly with institutional buyers and increasing their profits. Dr. Satish Chandra, Director CSIR CRRI, said that not all agricultural markets are well organized, due to which a lot of produce is wasted or is sold at very low rates. Therefore, this app will help farmers in providing fair price rates of crops, including comparison of the yield prices in the nearest mandis and booking the freight vehicle at a cheaper price so that the farmers get the maximum benefit. This portal is more effective in connecting farmers, transporters, service providers, market dealers, customers, and other related entities together for getting a timely solution to the existing problems. Kisan Sabha app contains 6 major modules for farmers, mandi dealers, transporters, mandi board members, service providers, and consumers. Which state's black rice was awarded the GI tag, Geographical Indication tag? The correct answer is Manipur. This rice is known as chakhao. It is fragrant and sticky rice. This variety of rice is dark brown in color and weighs more in comparison with other varieties of rice. It is usually eaten at community gatherings and is served as chakhao kheer. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes to cook this rice. It has fibrous bran layer and high fiber content. Its maximum weight and dark color are mainly due to the anthocyanin agent. This rice kheer is considered suitable for making porridge. Let us understand about the GI tag. What is the GI tag? The products of a region get a special identity with geographical indication tag known as GI tag. Darjeeling tea was the first to receive GI tag in 2004 in India. GI tag or identification is given to an item or product that represents a specific area or is found at a particular location or in its original place. This tag is given to agricultural products, natural commodities and manufactured goods to safeguard their specific quality and identity. The tag is valid for 10 years and can be renewed thereafter. The saffron of which region has recently been given the GI tag? The answer is Kashmir. Geographical indication tag has been provided to the saffron from Kashmir. After getting GI tag, Kashmiri saffron will have a different identity in the market and it shall be beneficial for increase in sales and production. The largest producer of saffron is Iran, which cultivates more than 300 tons of saffron on 30,000 hectares of land every year. It is followed by India, which produces Kashmiri saffron. Kashmiri saffron is considered to be of the highest quality in the entire world. It is different from saffron in other countries. It is considered superior in its medicinal qualities due to its high aroma, dark color, and long and thick thread. Kashmir mainly produces three types of saffron. Lacha saffron, separated only from the flower and dried without processing. Mongra saffron, separated from the flower and traditionally dried and processed. Zarda saffron, dried and packed in airtight containers. Kashmiri saffron is the only saffron grown at an average height of 1600 meters to 1800 meters above sea level. It is mainly produced in Pulwama, Bargaon, Kishtwar, and Srinagar in Kashmir. It shall be appropriate to mention here that three other products like Gorakhpur terracotta, Kovilpatti Kadalai mithai, and black rice from Manipur also received the GI tag. The current Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir is Girish Chandra Murmu. Which state produces Kovilpatti Kadalai mithai that was given the GI tag recently? The answer is Tamil Nadu. Kadalai mithai is a peanut candy made in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu. This candy is prepared from peanuts and jaggery. The water of Thamirabarani river is used exclusively for the preparation. According to the producers of the region, the water of this particular river enhances the taste of the candy. The Thamirabarani river originates from Western Ghats and flows into the Gulf of Mannar. It is a perennial river of Tamil Nadu. This river was called Tampra Parani in ancient times. It is important to note that the present governor of Tamil Nadu is Mr. Banwari Lal Purohit and Chief Minister is K. Palaniswamy. The capital of the state is Chennai. Terracotta of which state has been given the geographical indicator tag? The answer is Gorakhpur. The terracotta art of Gorakhpur is centuries old. The potters in Gorakhpur make shapes of animals like elephants and horses in terracotta. The craftsmen do not get enough and suitable remuneration against hard work involved in each piece of the art. Aurangabad, Gularia Bazar, Jangal Ekla and Patri Bazar of Gorakhpur are the major centers for producing terracotta. The statues of different shapes and sizes are made by the loam clay handcrafted by the Prajapati community. The natural red color of terracotta appears after drying and firing of the loam clay. It It needs to be emphasized that whether it is a lamp or peacock carved chandeliers, lamps and birds or 5 feet elephant, no chalk or mold is used to make these articles. The craftsmen carve it on their own. The terracotta of Gorakhpur is expected to be marketed well by getting the GI tag. The exports may also increase. All these efforts will result in increase of the income of the potters as well. The present governor of Uttar Pradesh is Anandiben Patel and the chief minister is Yogi Adityanath. The capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow. Name the Indians who have been selected as international honorary members at the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. The answer is Shobhana Narasimhan, Biman Bagchi and Kavita Singh. The American Academy of Arts and Sciences is an international organization which was founded in 1780 AD. It is worth mentioning that its honorary membership has also been given to scholars like Albert Einstein, Akira Kurosawa, Nelson Mandela and Charles Darwin. 2 of the 3 Indians selected for honorary membership in the year 2020 are from the field of science. Shobhana Narasimhan is a professor of theoretical sciences at the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Bangalore, India. Biman Bagchi is from the Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Kavita Singh is from the School of Arts and Aesthetics at JNU. She has been selected for the Humanities and Arts stream. How many new states and union territories have been added to One Nation, One Ration Card scheme? The answer to this question is 5. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Daman and Diu have been included in this scheme. 12 states had joined the scheme previously. These included Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Kerala, Rajasthan, Telangana and few more. The total number of states who have joined the scheme as of now increased to 17. Under this scheme, migrants from UP and Bihar who are living outside their homes will be able to take ration from their own ration card where they are staying. Mr. Ram Vilas Paswan, Union Minister of Food and Consumer Affairs, announced this on 2nd of May. Which institute has developed an ultraviolet disinfection tower by the name of UV Blaster? The answer to this question is Laser Science and Technology Center. Laser Science and Technology Center, New Delhi, in collaboration with a private firm in Gurgaon, has developed an ultraviolet disinfection tower called UV Blaster. The Laser Science and Technology Center is a laboratory of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. This device will be used in laboratories for disinfection of electronic equipment like computers and other gadgets that cannot be disinfected by conventional chemical methods. It can also be set up in places where large numbers of people gather, such as malls, hotels, offices, etc. Which financial institution in India has launched a digital initiative of India SME Services Platform? The answer to this question is Small Industries Development Bank of India. The Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, Lucknow, has recently announced that it will launch a digital platform called India SME Services Platform. This platform will provide information to micro, small and medium enterprises MSMEs for starting operations, financing or lending or other support services. The dashboard of all government schemes will also be available on this platform. Name the photographers of the Associated Press who have recently been selected for the Pulitzer Prize for Photography. The answer to this question is Dar Yassin, Mukhtar Khan and Shani Ahmed. The photographers Dar Yassin, Mukhtar Khan and Shani Ahmed of the New York-based American non-profit news agency Associated Press have been named as winners of the Pulitzer Prize for feature photography. Yassin and Mukhtar live in Srinagar, while Anand is a resident of Jammu district. Pulitzer Prize is a prestigious award given in the field of journalism in America. They were selected for the award for outstanding photography of protests, curfew and clashes in Kashmir after the repeal of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. This is the 54th Pulitzer Prize for the Associated Press. Last year, the agency won the Pulitzer Prize in the Stories, Photographs and Videos category. The Pulitzer Prize for Letters, Drama, Music and Journalism is given every year since 1917 in a total of 21 categories in the name of Joseph Pulitzer, Hungarian-American publisher. This award is given by the University of Columbia. Each winner is given a certificate of $15,000 in cash. Gold medal is given for the subject Public Service Related Journalism, which is the 21st category. What is the theme of the online summit level meeting of the Non-Allied Movement NAM contact group held in May 2020? The theme was United Against COVID-19. The Online Contact Group Summit of NAM 2020 was organized recently. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended this online summit, which discussed the response to COVID-19 crisis. It was hosted by the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the current President of the Non-Aligned Movement Ilham Aliyev. The capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. The private hospitals of which city were acquired by government due to COVID-19? The correct answer is Gurugram. These hospitals will now be administered by the district administration on behalf of the state government. The related order of the Deputy Commissioner Amit Khatri stated that in view of COVID-19 pandemic, the Meteor Hospital at Manesar has been designated as a dedicated COVID-19 hospital. But due to some technical reasons, this hospital is taking time to begin functioning. Dr. J.S. Punia, a civil surgeon, has requested for 600 isolation beds with immediate effect. These 6 hospitals have been acquired by the power granted in the Movable Real Estate Acquisition Act 1973. The services of the entire medical, paramedical and other staff of the hospital have also been sought. The list of acquired hospitals of Gurugram include Metro Hospital 100 beds, Narayan Hospital 100 beds, Signature Hospital 100 bed, W Pratiksha Hospital 100 beds, Columbia Asia Hospital 100 beds and Park Hospital with 100 beds. Which state has extended the lockdown till 29th of May? It is the state of Telangana. Presently, the lockdown order has been issued across the country till 17th of May. K.K. Chandrasekhar Rao, the Chief Minister of Telangana, has issued orders to extend the lockdown in the state till 29th of May. It is the first state to do so. How long have the Commonwealth Youth Games 2021 been postponed for in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic? The answer is 2023. The 7th session of the Commonwealth Youth Games was proposed to be held in Trinidad and Tobago from 1st to 7th of August 2021. The Commonwealth Games Federation (CGF) said that the Caribbean countries will be on priority to host the Commonwealth Games. The Commonwealth Games Federation said in a statement that the Commonwealth Games Federation Executive Board has decided to consider options to hold the 2021 Commonwealth Youth Games on another date. The pandemic has affected the global sports calendar, which means that the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympic Games will be held in 2021 on the date that was decided for the Youth Games. Hence, after positive deliberation, CGF has agreed to consider the best options and time frame for its event in future. It will probably be held in 2023. How long has the Badminton World Championship been postponed for? The answer is November 2021. Badminton World Championship 2020 has now been postponed till the next year, that is November 2021. This badminton tournament was to be held in August 2021, but it will now be played from 29th of November to 5th of December 2021. The World Championship has been postponed to avoid clashing with the new dates of the Tokyo Olympics. It is worth mentioning that the Olympics, which were to be held between 24th of July and 9th of August this year, have been postponed for a year due to coronavirus. Now the games will be played in Tokyo from 23rd of July to 8th of August 2021. The tournament will be played at Carolina Marin Stadium in Huelva, Spain. The Badminton World Federation was established on 5th of July 1934. It is headquartered in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and the current president is Paul Erik Hoyer Larsson. Which state has launched Birsa Harit Gram Yojana, Neelambar Pitambar Jal Samriddhi Yojana, and Potoho Khel Vikas Yojana? The answer is Jharkhand. These three schemes have been designed to work together with the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Under this, the Rural Development Department of the state has set a target of creating 25 crore man days. 20,000 crores have been allocated for these schemes. Birsa Harit Gram Yojana aims at afforestation of over 2 lakh acres of unusable government wastelands. Under the scheme, fruit-bearing plants will be planted on both sides of the road. Under this scheme, villagers can earn an annual income of Rs 50,000 after 3 years. Neelambar Pitambar Jal Samriddhi Yojana aims at creating agro-water storage units. This scheme will emphasize on increasing water storage. A target has been set to construct 5 lakh crore litres of underground water storage under this scheme. Potoho Khel Vikas Yojana aims to develop sports grounds across the state. It should be noted that the current Chief Minister of Jharkhand is Hemant Soren. Which program has been launched by the National Council of Science and Technology Communication based on COVID-19 health and risk communication? The answer to this question is YASH. The program by the name of YASH was launched by the Department of Science and Technology on 30th of April 2020. The full form of YASH is Year of Awareness on Science and Health. This initiative aims to encourage public participation and increase awareness about COVID-19 in diverse communities. It will assist the government to take right decisions and manage the associated risk. Let's quickly move on. So our next question is, which country has announced an assistance of $3 million to India through participation for the Pahal project? The answer is America. PAHAL stands for Partnerships for Affordable Healthcare Access and Longevity. It is a collaborative project between USAID of USA and New Delhi-based company IPE Global. The US announced that it would provide India with an additional of $3 million in addition to the earlier $5.9 million as an aid to combat the spread of COVID-19. Which organization of India has launched Bharat Market, a national e-commerce marketplace? The answer is the Confederation of All India Traders, CAIT. The Confederation of All India Traders has recently announced that it will launch a national e-commerce marketplace, Bharat Market. This platform aims to connect all the retailers with the market who are working closely with technology partners for providing services across the logistics and supply chains to end consumers. The national e-commerce marketplace, Bharat Market, will be launched to bring all the retail traders across the country in order to integrate 95% of the retail merchants on this national platform. Goods will also be delivered door to door through Bharat Market. CAIT expects to add about 10 million retailers to this national platform in 2020, making it the world's largest and most unique e-marketplace. Which state has become the first Indian state to provide free and cashless insurance cover to the people amidst COVID-19 crisis? The state of Maharashtra. The government of Maharashtra has announced that all the people of the state will be covered under the state government's health scheme. Maharashtra will become the first state in India to provide free and cashless insurance cover to the people. About 85% of the state's population was already covered under Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Jan Arogya Yojana, and now this cover will be extended to remaining 15% of the population. The state has signed a memorandum of understanding to include government and semi-government employees and white ration card holders in the scheme. Which Indian state has reported the first case of African swine flu? The correct answer is Assam. African swine flu started in April last year from Xinjiang, China. Xinjiang, China is bordered by Arunachal Pradesh. It is feared that the African swine flu virus first reached Arunachal Pradesh and then entered Assam. More than 2,500 pigs have been killed in 306 villages of Assam due to African swine flu. The Assam Animal Husbandry and Mr. Atul Bora, the veterinary minister, said the National Institute of High Security Animal Diseases, Bhopal, has confirmed that it is African swine flu. African swine flu has no connection with corona. It does not affect humans. Who has been appointed as chairman of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament? The correct answer is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. He is the leader of Congress in Lok Sabha. He has been made chairman of Public Accounts Committee again. The office of the chairman of the committee is traditionally held by the opposition. The term of this committee is 1 year, which has started from 1st of May 2020 and will remain till 30th of April 2021. This committee keeps a check of the accounts of government expenses. The basis of the investigation is the report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The reports of the Public Accounts Committee contain recommendations that are not technically binding on the government. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha appoints the chairman of this committee and with consent of opposition parties. The Public Accounts Committee can have a maximum of 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. What is the theme of World Press Freedom Day this year? The theme is Journalism Without Fear or Favor. The World Press Freedom Day is celebrated every year on 3rd of May to celebrate the fundamental principles of press freedom and to evaluate the freedom of press worldwide. The objective of World Press Freedom Day is to create awareness among people about the importance of press freedom. This day also serves to protect the media from attacks on their freedom and to pay tribute to the journalists who died. Which country decided to change its currency rial to toman and raise its value to 10,000 times? The correct answer is Iran. The currency of Iran, which was rial till now, has now been denominated to toman. One toman will now be equivalent to 10,000 rials. This big decision has been taken to prevent a major fall in the currency due to the US ban. The value of rial had deteriorated as the price of $1 had reached 1,56,000 rials. The weakening of Iranian currency and high inflation has led to violent demonstrations since 2017. The bill that was introduced in the Iranian parliament for removing 4 zeros from the Iranian currency was approved on 4th of May. The proposal will now be presented to the committee headed by Ayatollah Khamenei, the religious apex leader of the country. According to the foreign exchange website, the Iranian currency rial is operating at a level of 1,56,000 against the dollar. Which gas leaked on 7th of May 2020 in Visakhapatnam chemical plant LG Polymers? The gas was styrene. A chemical gas leaked on 7th of May 2020 from a chemical plant in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. The gas called styrene leaked from the plant early in the morning when people of the nearby villages were sleeping. Many people were put on ventilators and many died. The rescue operation by the NDRF, NDMA, Navy and state teams began after the accident. This chemical plant belongs to LG Polymers India Private Limited, a 1961 plant owned by Hindustan Polymers that was acquired by LG, a South Korean company, in 1997. What is styrene gas? Styrene is a type of hydrocarbon. It is used in the manufacture of polystyrene plastics, fiberglass, rubber, synthetic marble, flooring and latex. It is a colorless or light yellow flammable liquid. It is also called styrol and vinyl benzene. It is produced on a large scale in industrial quantities through benzene and ethylene. Styrene is also known as PVC gas. It affects the central nervous system of human beings. If steam of styrene gets mixed in air, it results in irritation of nose and throat, causes cough and sore throat. Consequently, water starts filling in lungs. It causes irritation in the eyes and skin rashes. It causes problems like headache, nausea, fatigue, vertigo, confusion, upset stomach, called as the central nervous system depression. The effect of styrene gas can be reduced by spraying 4-tertiary butyl catechol. This is what has been done in Visakhapatnam. It has been sprayed in affected areas. It is an organic chemical compound. Which mission has been started by the central government due to COVID-19 to bring the citizens trapped abroad? The answer is Vande Bharat mission. Around 1,93,000 Indians stranded in 12 countries were brought through Air India special flights for 7 days from 7th of May. Under Vande Bharat mission, Indians stranded in US, UK, Bangladesh, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Oman will be brought. Under this mission, about 64 flights will be used to bring home the stranded Indian citizens abroad. The number of flights allocated to bring back people to the states of Kerala are 15, Tamil Nadu 11, and Delhi 11. Which satellite will Russia launch to monitor the climate and environment of the Arctic region? The answer is Arktika M. According to Vladimir Kolmikov, Director General of Russia's Lavochkin Aerospace Company, Russia will launch its first satellite named Arktika M for Arctic climate and environmental monitoring later this year. The first Arktika M spacecraft, which is currently undergoing radio-electronic testing, will be launched by the end of 2020, and the second Arktika M satellite, which is currently in the initial development phase, will be launched in the year 2023. The satellite will be launched using a Soyuz 2.1B rocket under a frigate booster. The northern region of Russia, which is thousands of kilometers along the Arctic Ocean, faces challenges every year while trying to balance the economic development and environmental protection. Arktika M is a remote sensing emergency communications satellite. It will help in collecting meteorological data from the polar regions of the Earth. With the help of this data, meteorologists will be able to get accurate meteorological forecasts and help scientists to study climate change better. Who has been appointed as Director of the Central Board of Reserve Bank of India, who has recently taken over as the Secretary of Economic Affairs also? The answer is Tarun Bajaj. As per the recent notification of the Reserve Bank of India, the government has appointed Economic Affairs Secretary Tarun Bajaj as a director on the Central Board of the Reserve Bank of India from 5th of May until further orders. Tarun Bajaj succeeds Atanu Chakraborty, who retired on 30th of April as the Economic Affairs Secretary. Tarun Bajaj is a 1988 batch IS officer and has also held several important positions in the Financial Services Department, including Additional Secretary and Director in the Prime Minister's Office. So friends, with this we come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being with us. We have tried to include few more important questions this time, which would be really helpful for you from the point of view of upcoming competitive exams. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share our video. In order to keep getting the updates on other current affairs related topics, please press the bell icon. Thank you.